After hours of suspense, the Central Bureau of Investigation on Sunday morning accepted the Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia's request to defer his questioning in a case linked to the alleged corruption in the scrapped Delhi liquor sales policy. Mr. Sisodia has sought more time from the probe agency to appear for questioning, saying that he received the notice a day before and is busy in the final stages of Delhi's budget process. His deferment request has now been accepted by the CBI in a case linked to this alleged corruption in the scrapped liquor sales policy. No new date has been fixed as of yet. A fresh summons is to be issued soon.
सीबीआई की ये सारी कार्रवाई बीजेपी के कहने पे होती है और बीजेपी के इशारे पे मुझे किसी न किसी तरीके से गिरफ्तार करने की ही सारी तैयारी, सारी साजिशें, सारे झूठ बीजेपी बोल रही है, इसीलिए बोल रही है। अब आप इनके देखिए कि फ्राइडे को सुप्रीम कोर्ट का ऑर्डर आता है कि एमसीडी में आम आदमी पार्टी का मेयर कैसे बनेगा। भारतीय जनता पार्टी बुरी तरह से हारती है, अपनी सारी साजिशों में हारती है। शुक्रवार शाम को बीजेपी हारती है सुप्रीम कोर्ट में, सैटरडे शाम को मेरे को नोटिस देती है कि संडे सुबह हाजिर हो जाओ। बीजेपी का ही नोटिस है ना ये। तो उसके बाद में मुझे पूरी तरह से ये था कि अब ये पूरे बदला लेने के लिए मुझे गिरफ्तार करेंगे ही करेंगे। अच्छा। अब अगर इनको मुझे गिरफ्तारी करना है, बीजेपी को अगर बदला लेने के लिए गिरफ्तार करना है तो कर ले मुझे, लेकिन दिल्ली के लोगों की कीमत पे नहीं, दिल्ली के लोगों का बजट रोक के नहीं, दिल्ली के लोगों के बजट की प्रोसेस रोक के नहीं। क्योंकि अगर दिल्ली के लोगों का बजट प्रोसेस डिरेल होता है तो अगले 1 साल का पूरा कार्यक्रम गड़बड़ा जाएगा। अब लास्ट मोमेंट है बजट तैयार करने का, सारी तैयारी हो चुकी है, फाइनल स्टेज पे है। ऐसे में अगर आप वित्त मंत्री को गिरफ्तार करके जेल में डालना चाहते हो क्योंकि आपको बदला लेना है बीजेपी को, तो फिर ये तो गलत है। बीजेपी के लोगों को बदला लेना है, उसकी कीमत पे दिल्ली के लोगों को सफर नहीं करने दूंगा मैं। इसीलिए मैंने रिक्वेस्ट किया है सीबीआई से और मुझे पूरी उम्मीद है कि सीबीआई के ऑफिसर सुनेंगे।
शराब घोटाले को छुपाना है, इसलिए इन्वेस्टिगेशन को इन्फ्लुएंस करवाना है और रोड़ा अटकाना है। और इसी के तहत आज मनीष सिसोदिया ने ये कहा है कि वो बजट में व्यस्त होने के कारण सीबीआई के पास जांच में शामिल होने के लिए नहीं जा पाएंगे। मैं तो उनसे पूछना चाहता हूं, यदि छुपाने वाली कोई बात नहीं है, यदि कोई घोटाला नहीं हुआ है, यदि आप मासूम हैं, तो जांच के साथ सहयोग क्यों नहीं करते? शुरुआती दौर से पहले विक्टिमहुड कार्ड खेलना, फिर मामले को डाइवर्ट करना, किसी भी सवाल का शराब घोटाले पर जवाब न देना, जांच को प्रभावित करने के लिए अलग अलग हथकंडे अपनाना, और अब बहानेबाजी पर उतर आई है आम आदमी पार्टी।
So the Aam Aadmi Party chief Arvind Kejriwal says this is a political conspiracy. The BJP is questioning why the policy was withdrawn if there was no scam. Delhi's liquor policy, the heat on Manish Sisodia, is this a violation or a vendetta? Joining us on Left, Right and Centre, we have Priyanka Kakkar, national spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. We have Navneet Ranjan Vasan, former joint director of the CBI, Jayaprakash, senior leader of the Delhi BJP, former North Delhi mayor and general secretary of the Delhi BJP, and Aarti Jarat, senior journalist, joining us. Mr. Jayaprakash, the deputy chief minister has not been named as an accused in the charge sheet yet. He's already been questioned by the CBI. This was in October. His house, his bank lockers, all of this have been searched, and as he pointed out, and the CBI didn't counter or contradict him, he says nothing was found. So why now again is he being summoned?
देखिए, जो दिल्ली की आम आदमी पार्टी दिल्ली में सरकार चला रही है, उसके मुख्यमंत्री, उप मुख्यमंत्री जब जब उनके पास सम्मान आते थे तो वो सीबीआई का स्वागत करते थे, ट्विटर के माध्यम से, सोशल मीडिया के माध्यम से। जब इस बार पेशी के लिए उनको बुलाया गया है तो उन्होंने हाथ खड़े कर दिए। तो मैं उनसे पूछना चाहता हूं कि वो आबकारी नीति जो उन्होंने ये कहते हैं कि हमने बहुत अच्छी आबकारी नीति बनाई है, जो उसके घेरे में आ गए हैं तो भाग क्यों रहे हैं? एक तरफ आप कहते हो हम ईमानदारी से काम कर रहे हैं, एक तरफ आप कहते हो हम कट्टर ईमानदार हैं, दूसरी तरफ आप जब उसको जांच के लिए बुलाया जाता है तो अब आप बहाने बना रहे हो। हमने आम आदमी पार्टी से और दिल्ली सरकार से सवाल पूछे, अगर ये आबकारी नीति सही थी तो आपने वापस क्यों ली, और वापस लिए तो इसका मतलब आपने गलत बनाई है। हम आपसे पूछना चाहते हैं कि आपने इस आबकारी नीति के तहत 3,000 करोड़ का जो नुकसान हुआ है उसकी भरपाई के बारे में कुछ बताया।
That's a valid question that the BJP has been asking over and over again. They're basically saying this investigation relates to this now withdrawn Delhi liquor sales policy, right? It was introduced in 2021. So the BJP asking, if all was well, why withdraw this policy?
Sara, good evening to everyone. Sara, Jayaprakash ji is also well aware that it was withdrawn because in the last moment the LG Sahab had introduced certain new rules which were not necessary in the previous policy. We have implemented the same policy in Punjab and earned a revenue of 48% in under 1 year. So this is one of the best excise policy. This was one of the best excise policy that the country has, in fact, and we are seeing the results in Punjab. Now coming to Mr. Jayaprakash's allegation that हाथ खड़े कर दिए and all of that, नहीं सर, हमारे यहाँ ना बजट बहुत केयरफुली प्लान होता है और हम स्वास्थ्य और शिक्षा को बहुत महत्व देते हैं और हमें बजट और केयरफुली प्लान करना पड़ता है क्योंकि ना तो आप 15th फाइनेंस कमीशन के हिसाब से हमें हमारा शेयर देते हो, जीएसटी आप विदहोल्ड कर लेते हो, आप ना दिल्ली को 325 करोड़ से ज्यादा देते हो, ना हमारी म्यूनिसिपैलिटी के लिए आप एक भी चवन्नी खर्चते हो जो आपको बाय लॉ खर्चनी है 488 रुपीज पर पर्सन थ्रू आउट इंडिया। आप अपने बीजेपी रूल स्टेट में तो देते हैं, हमें नहीं देते। सो वी हैव टू बी वेरी केयरफुल विद द बजट। दिस इज अ बजट सेशन। आई मीन we need time to finalize the budget by the end of Feb, which is what Manish ji has said. Should the questions be related to the excise policy, Sara, I can have a whole debate about how it is one of the best policies that the country has seen and would generate revenue, and it would ensure that that once spurious liquor is not sold. जयप्रकाश जी, आप हमारी पॉलिसी अडॉप्ट करेंगे तो गुजरात में तो खैर नशाबंदी है और फिर भी नकली शराब मिलती है, पर जो आपके बाकी स्टेट्स हैं जहां पर आप शराब बेचते हैं, जैसे यूपी हो गया, वहां भी नकली शराब मिलनी बंद हो जाएगी। So possibly Jayaprakash ji also should think
गली
of
गली में शराब की
all right,
दुकानें नहीं
all right.
खुली।
I want to just stick on topic. I want to stick on topic. Jayaprakash ji, ये भी गलत, आप गलत प्रचार कर रहे हैं।
Navneet Ranjan Vasan, Mr. Vasan, please come in over here. The point that Manish Sisodia has raised, 8 minutes, hold on, please hold on. I want to get Mr. Vasan in. Mr. Vasan, Manish Sisodia has said that the CBI summons is a political witch hunt, and he's raised specifically the point about the timing of this notice. Just one day after the BJP, the LG lost, a humiliating case for them in the Supreme Court. A day after that, regarding the mayor elections in the Supreme Court, Manish Sisodia says he was summoned for questioning. The AAP also says that, the first raid on Manish Sisodia's home and his lockers, etc., came a day after the New York Times piece profiled the AAP government's work on education. What would you say in response to these questions being raised about the agency and the timing of their raids and the timing of when they call, the excise minister, the finance minister to come in for questioning?
You see, it has become habit of political parties of each hue and color to put political motives to the action of investigation agencies. I think it is high time that we all realize as a nation that investigation agencies should be left free of any kind of controversy and irresponsible statements by any politician for any political party, so that they can do their work professionally, honestly, and objectively. Because at the end of the day, every investigation agency, including CBI, is answerable to court. Now, if they have issued someone when there was no necessity, the person concerned against whom someone has been issued, he can approach the court, he can have recourse to the law. Similarly, every time linking some political issue with the agencies, calling people of various statures, I don't think it's doing any good to any political party. So you're saying this is a dangerous trend,
it does a disservice to everyone, all of us as citizens, and we should be able to have faith in these agencies. But Mr. Vasan, you've been the former joint director, so we're grateful for your time. Could you explain to us, sir, then the fact that Mr. Sisodia is yet to be named as an accused in the charge sheet filed by the agency?
No,
and also the fact that, they raided many locations, they raided his home, they didn't find anything incriminating, that's what the minister says, but that stand was not challenged by the agency. So how should the Aam Aadmi, regular folk, read into this? What should we take away from this?
we must understand that technically the FIR is a start of investigation, and there is no legal requirement that all the accused, because it may not be known at the beginning of the investigation that who are the persons who are accused in a case. During the course of investigation, the investigation agency may come across some facts and figures which may point at certain individual, or the investigation agency may like to ascertain some information, verify some information from a person who was involved in the entire process of decision making. It is not necessary for investigation agency, and we should not be reaching a conclusion that if somebody has been raided or somebody is being questioned, he will be named as an accused at the time of filing charge sheet. It could be, it may not be.
Very important to clarify that. What about, sir, the fact that if you do have, let's say, 9 hours of questioning, you do have raids that go on all day, you've raided someone's home, their office, you've looked at their lockers, should there be a statement by the agency? Because then it opens them up to only hearing responses from those who they've just investigated all day, saying that, well, you did check me and you found nothing. That stand was not challenged by the agency.
The investigation agency, for that matter, any investigation agency, whether CBI, NIA or local police, they have to be very, very responsible before they raid somebody, because that impacts the reputation of the person who is raided. Because the common person will not be aware of the technical nuances of raid or questioning somebody. So it is very important, and the investigation agencies or the police officer concerned have to be absolutely necessary and sure that there is a necessity to question or raid somebody in ongoing investigation.
So, sir, is it the norm then for the agency is that to have, I'm not sure, a press conference, which somehow seems like, you know, an anomaly or something from a distant past for us, to have a press conference to explain what happened, what they found, what the need was?
The standard procedure of investigation agencies, which of course is followed more in exception than as a rule, should be that investigation agencies, apart from giving minimum bare facts, they should not be discussing the ongoing investigation till it is finalized and charge sheet or otherwise it is filed in the court.
Okay.
And I think the Supreme Court has also commented on this number of times.
Okay. Yes. Okay, that is a good clarification, but the fact is this case has now been going on for 3 months, there's still been no charge sheet, which is also a concern. Aarti Jairath, the Deputy Chief Minister today said that, you know, he's not afraid of getting arrested, he's not running away from any questions, but it shouldn't be at the cost of the people of Delhi. Now, between the politics of the mayor's election having to go all the way to the Supreme Court, it is the public, it is Delhi ka Janta that's definitely paying the price, isn't it?
Of course it is. Because the MCD elections were held over a month ago, and till the mayor is elected, till the standing committees are appointed, you know, the MCD cannot function.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, all your civic facilities, come under the MCD. So whether it is those mountains of garbage which the Aam Aadmi Party has promised to clean up in its tenure, in the MCD, or it's the streets, the state of the streets, or it is, your other civic amenities, sanitation, all those suffer because the MCD does not have, the proper elected structure that it's supposed to have once the elections are over.
Yeah.
So, I think it's really outrageous that politics should come in the way of serving the people of the country.
After an election where the party won.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it was really outrageous, actually, if you ask me, of the BJP to try to delay this mayoral election. The Aam Aadmi Party won the election fair and square. They have the right to, have their own mayor. And I think, the BJP brought in all these extraneous issues just to delay the process and has now got a rap on its knuckles from the Supreme Court. And that is why it becomes so easy for Manish Sisodia to play the victim card and say that he's being victimized, because the BJP got this rap from the Supreme Court. and it's all at I mean it's all at the cost of the people of Delhi, and they should not be allowed to suffer. And he's it gives him an opportunity to play that victim card. So frankly, I don't understand the BJP's politics in Delhi.
Mr. Jayaprakash, please respond. The BJP, the people of Delhi did not vote the BJP. They said they don't want the BJP. They wanted the Aam Aadmi Party. Fir bhi, the BJP has held, the government hostage and not allowed work to start. It's been, 2 months since the elections. Why bother with elections then? Mr. Jayaprakash.
देखिए, दिल्ली में जब से नगर निगम के चुनाव हुए हैं और नतीजे आए, नतीजे के बाद सबसे पहली जो आम सभा थी वो 6 जनवरी को रखी गई थी। 6 जनवरी को सदन के अंदर हंगामा किसने किया? सबसे पहले जो एजेंडे का आइटम था, सभी नवनिर्वाचित पार्षदों को और सभी मनोनीत पार्षदों को शपथ लेनी थी। लेकिन आम आदमी पार्टी के सभी वरिष्ठ जो विधायक थे, जो सांसद थे, वो अपने ही पार्षदों को प्रवोक कर रहे थे। 6 जनवरी का हाउस इन्होंने बर्बाद कर दिया। फिर 24 जनवरी को दोबारा हाउस हुआ। 24 जनवरी को 2.5 घंटे में सभी पार्षदों की शपथ हुई।
Scathing statement, the Supreme Court said
आप पूरी बात,
LG has not read the Constitution, or the LG doesn't know what the Constitution states.
हम
whether nominated members can have a vote or not.
के आदेश का स्वागत करते हैं, लेकिन दिल्ली में नगर निगम के चुनाव के बहाने ये विक्टिम कार्ड नहीं खेल सकते। मेयर का चुनाव तो 6 जनवरी को ही हो जाता, लेकिन आम आदमी पार्टी हाउस में दंगा करेगी, माइक तोड़ेगी, एजेंडा फाड़ेगी, पीठासीन अधिकारी के ऊपर इनके विधायक चढ़ जाएंगे, दंगा ये करेंगे और ये कहेंगे चुनाव मेयर का हम नहीं होने दे रहे। भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने हमेशा मेयर के चुनाव का स्वागत किया, हमने सहयोग किया है। हमने इनको कहा था आप सर्वदलीय बैठक बुलाओ, सभी वरिष्ठ लोगों को बुलाओ, चुनाव हो जाता। जब 24 जनवरी को सबकी शपथ हो सकती थी, तो जब 24 जनवरी को सबकी शपथ हो गई तो 6 जनवरी को चुनाव भी हो जाता।
All right, last word, Priyanka.
लेकिन दिल्ली के उप मुख्यमंत्री आम आदमी पार्टी विक्टिम कार्ड कब तक खेलेंगे? और आपकी नीति के अभी आम आदमी पार्टी के हमारी बहन जी ने कहा कि पंजाब के अंदर इस नीति के 3,000 करोड़, वहां पर आपका नीति का फायदा हुआ है, तो दिल्ली में 3,000 करोड़ का नुकसान कैसे हो गया?
Are we going to see that?
It was very tough for me to hear your question over Jayaprakash ji's voice, but I can tell you this much, Tara, that perhaps no eyebrows will be raised if the CBI also followed, for example, the CAG report, which very clearly stated that under the Shivraj Singh Chauhan's government, there was a big ghotala in the midday meal scheme, but we don't see any CBI there. We also don't see any CBI when there are contractors in Karnataka naming BJP officials committing suicide, and it is called a 40% ki sarkar, but there is no CBI raid there. Amit Shah ji said the most corrupt politician of the century is Hemant Biswa Sarma, but there is no CBI there. Sir, let me finish. मैंने आपके बीच में नहीं बोला सर ना, सुनिए
Mr. Prakash, hold on. एक मिनट Mr. Prakash,
आप गलत बात कहेंगे तो मुझे बोलना पड़ेगा ना।
सर आज सुबह भी नहीं, गलत नहीं बोल रही सर, आप चेक कर लीजिए, आपकी CAG रिपोर्ट है। आज सुबह भी रिपोर्ट आई है कि गौतम गंभीर जी को आपने पुरानी MCD ने इलीगली ढलाओ अलॉट किए और सीबीआई की डिमांड की है आपके ही नेता अनिल वाजपेयी जी ने। इन बातों पे सीबीआई नहीं जाती, इसलिए
आपके पास सबूत है, मैं दिल्ली का मेयर रहा हूं,
आपके एमएलए के पास है,
Priyanka Kakkar, my question to you is simply this: it still stands. Is Manish Sisodia going to respond to this summons?
आप ये बताइए कि आप राजनीति के तहत तो दिल्ली को नुकसान होगा।
We have utmost respect for the law. We have followed all summons, never evaded a single questioning. This is a very important budget that we are preparing right now. We will always be present. They have gone and raided Manish ji's gaon. They have gone and raided Manish ji's offices. They have gone and raided the locker. Nothing remains, and yet we will cooperate. We have no problem, nothing to hide.
All right, nothing to hide. We will cooperate. The CBI's investigation into this alleged liquor scam in Delhi is still ongoing. It remains to be seen what the outcome of the investigation will be. Mr. Navneet Rajan Vasan, last word to you. Given the fact, as you're saying, this is, an unseemly narrative that we have, distasteful, perhaps that we have that, nobody can trust central agencies. At least the opposition leaders certainly point out that central agencies seem to be working on the whim of the government and only against opposition leaders. In that context, closing words from you, what would you like to see from the CBI, because this investigation and this case has been going on now? I mean, I think it's been 3 months, a charge sheet's not been filed. What should we expect as the people, residents of the national capital, from the CBI?
You see, from the CBI, I expect that they will complete the job professionally, objectively, without getting influenced by any of the statement or from anybody. They must, because CBI has to safeguard its integrity and it has to hold its prestige in the eyes of the, not only in the eyes of the public, before the courts, and the officers must rise above these petty things and must do a job professionally without any fear or favor. Unless they do that, it will be difficult.
All right, Mr. Vasan, thank you so much. Well, this story is not over. The next step is, of course, going to be the mayor election that are going to take place on Wednesday. We'll see how that goes. Thank you all for your time. Thank you for joining us on Left, Right and Centre.